what do you really want? And I know this is a broad question. Whatever comes to your mind immediately when I ask you that question, what do you want? And I know there's that hesitation, like we don't even want to declare our truth or declare what we really want because we're afraid. We're afraid that if we declare it, it doesn't happen and then we feel like a failure. It's almost like we feel better to just keep it all quiet inside because then no one knows and no one knows that we didn't accomplish it. But that's not what we're meant to do. We're meant to be living, breathing, awake human beings, and we're meant to declare our truth of what we really want. And the big, bold, juicy nugget out of all of this is that to get what you want, you've got to know what you want. We have to ask ourselves in this hustle, this bustle, what do we really want? Are we in this moment living the life that we truly want to live? Are we waking up, putting our feet on the ground and implementing the very things that we would want to do if it were our last day on earth? You've got to be willing to wake up and be okay that you may not be swimming around living the life that you truly want right now, but you're willing to write it down. You're willing to declare what you want and to get clear on what you want. And some of you listening, you might be saying, I don't really know what I want. But that is the first step. It's in the taking time to identify that you actually are in that first step process of creating what you want. So many people go through life just going through life, hitting the snooze button, getting up, pouring their coffee, stumbling into the kitchen. Everybody else's demands are on them. They're driving to work the same route. You don't even have to really be that much awake and that much conscious on your drive to work because you've driven a million times. You get into work, the emails are slammed in your inbox. People are asking the same demands, you're doing the exact same thing, and then you come home and you crash, right? So you need to take time to truly write down what it is you want to create in your life. And that is the first step. Next step of identifying what you truly, truly want is to start moving in small increments towards it. So let's use, for example, say like you wrote down, I really want to release 20 pounds. It's not so much that I need to look like a supermodel, but I feel heavy in my skin. I don't feel super confident. My clothes don't feel right, so when I put them on, I don't feel good. They're uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable in my skin. It's weighing down my energy. If that is your step, if that's your want, what could be one micrometer step, right? It can be just a small little step that you can do to get closer to that goal. It would be cleaning out your fridge. Getting rid of those things that are not going to get you closer to that goal. Just saying, out with you. Maybe it's just that step. Or maybe it's just that the very next meal you eat is clean and provide you closer to that goal. Just focus on one thing you can do to get closer to the thing you really want. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be this gigantic leap. It could be a step. So just being aware that what you write down and the little millimeter steps that you do every single day, that may not be it, but moving you closer to it will create the end result eventually. But it's really that first step of declaring, what do I really want, and taking the time to sit with it. Sometimes it can feel uncomfortable because when we declare what we want and we're not living it, we're like, oh crap, now I'm faced with what I really want and I'm not living it on a daily basis. And that can feel really uncomfortable. But you've got to be willing to be uncomfortable to get a different outcome. And you've got to be willing to step into it and just to believe, even though you can't see it, that it's coming. And it is coming. It is coming. We're divine, magnificent human beings and we can create our world.